friend, I'll never ride on you again. Though we had such good times together, in the rain and in the warm weather, and the noise of the troubled moonies still remains, but now is the sound of silence. Well, this is Aid from witchbite.com. This is a sad day. My love of my life, my beautiful red 899 Panigale from Ducati is no more. It is deceased. It is dead, kaput, vanished, gone to motorcycle heaven. Fortunately, I'm here to tell the tale. That's the blessing. Every cloud has a silver lining. Without further ado, let the ceremony begin. Well, I was a Ducati owner. Not anymore. Membership card. Goodbye and God bless. Ashes to ashes, dust to dust. I will never forget you, as long as I live. Well, perhaps I need to say a bit more about my dear departed friend. I was travelling along the road from Woking towards Box Hill for a meeting. I was going along very nicely, but I was taking it really easy. Funnily enough, I think a factor of the accident was that I was taking it too easy, so I wasn't completely focused. Similar to car accidents I've had back in the past. They're all low-speed accidents when I'm really not concentrating. I used to drive my sports cars like a nutter. I never had an accident. So that's one part of it. Second part of it, and I don't mean to say, not take any blame away from myself, but this is the worst bend I have ever seen. I know about it, maybe that's a factor, maybe I tensed up a bit. But it's an off camber, severely off camber, right to left, and it gets tighter as you go round. It is the worst bend you could actually come across as a motorcyclist. Now, I mean, it just happened so quickly, which is the whole point of these things, of course. I realised I wasn't going to make it, and I wasn't going fast, because I wasn't concentrating, I wasn't looking through the corner. I know my mistake now. I just kept going. I panicked, put a bit on the brakes. Of course, it went bolt upright. I was going straight. I'm talking by inches. I'm by no word of a lie, inches, fitting the back of a Range Rover that was just going past on the opposite lane. Just missed that. Luckily, there was no car behind that. At that point, I knew I couldn't turn it. I looked at the curb in front of me. It was approaching rapidly at this point. Now, on my cycle, or on a BMX, you can just kind of bunny hop the curb. It doesn't work on a motorcycle. I tried to get the front wheel up, but of course, I just hit the curb and went smack over the pair of handlebars, slightly to the right. The bike went over the curb, but fell down with a clunk and skid about 5 yards. Of course, my first thought was, fucking hell, am I alright? As it happens, I was wearing my full leathers like a good boy, so there was no damage to me whatsoever. I had a bit of a sore shoulder for about a couple of days, no bruises, because it was a low-speed incident. And, well, picked the bike up. The damage was quite severe, which I'll show you shortly. I don't mind showing it, because it's a lesson to everybody else, and a lesson to me, and a reminder to me that motorcycling is dangerous. If you're not fully concentrating, then it will grab you by the nuts and rip them off. And you have to live with the consequences forevermore. Luckily, mine was a low-speed accident. I have learnt my lesson. What have I learnt? I've learnt that you've got to look through the curb. You've got to stay focused 100% all the time. No matter if you're dawdling about or you're ragging it in 150 plus and fast sweeping bends, particularly when you're in traffic, of course, you've got to concentrate. You've also got to be prepared to turn the wheel. You've got to learn to trust the bike. I didn't trust the bike. I should have looked through it, leant over, even if I thought I was going too fast, had the confidence to trust the bike and the basic law of physics that they must go up and go around that bend. So, yeah, I've learned a few lessons. Annoyingly, if I'd done it going fast, then obviously things would be different. I might not be talking to you today. So I'm relieved in that point. I've kind of learned a lesson. I mean, yeah, okay, it's dented my confidence. Now, as it happens, last few months ago, I started a full-time job, so I can't ride the bike as much. So I'm thinking maybe I should take a break. Still got my scooter. Or should I just get a naked setting up bike? End of the day, super sports bikes, they're low slung position, sharp steering, are a little bit more dangerous than a normal bike. That's my excuse, I'm sticking to it. But lesson learned. And well, the thing is, it scratched the fairing. It scratched badly the clutch cover, a bit of the lower fairing, scratched a bit of the front rim, and the left light came off. Sorry, the left indicator light came off, and that was due to my arm hitting it. It must have been, because that didn't hit the floor. And the right brake was falling off, and the right peg, the rear foot brake, had completely gone. So I took it along. Well, I got picked up, of course, because it wasn't drivable. And about a week or two later, they came back and said it's a total loss. I mean, what do you mean it's a total loss? Because I only bloody scratched it. I come off about, well, okay, 15 mile an hour. Went about 5 yards. I mean, that's a total loss. And they said, well, the total fix to fix the bike, total cost was £9,500. Fuck off. £9,500? What are you on? So it's a total loss. And they went up through it, like side fairing, 750, clutch cable, no, new clutch cover, you know, whatever. I don't know, I can't even remember, it's a bit of a blur, but £9,500, are you sure? Anyway, settlement's quite good, so I'll get out of it, you know, okay. I mean, I would have lost over £1,000 probably, dropped £1,000, £1,500, but you know, so instead of it, and so I deserve to, end of the day. It was my fault completely, and I'll take that blame. However, on the good side, I had 2 months of fantastic experience on the Ducati, which I'll never forget, and you know, I'll always remember it. Will I go back to it? Maybe not now, because I've kind of been there and done it. I know how fast the bike is, I know how dangerous the bike is, I know how hard to ride it is, compared to all other bikes I've ridden. Some people might find it easy to ride. I did find it a bit of a challenge, but that was part of the thrill. So I'll leave you with the video, and some lasting memories of my beautiful bike, and I'll leave it there really. This was Aid from RIPbike.com, still fighting the fight, still riding the ride. See you on the road. You take care out there. Safe riding.